I wish you could have been here with a room full of enthusiastic and thoughtful Robert and Patricia Fripp fans and enthusiasts. However, they did not come for a musical program or a seminar on public speaking. They came to learn how can they go from one level, from beginner, closer to mastery. They come from different walks of life, and music is a wonderful metaphor. Are we in tune? Are we in time with where we want to go in our lives? Robert talked about not only how to go from beginner to mastery, but also the 5 aspects of charisma, which certainly is going to help you in your profession. He talked about the 3 types of heroes and what does it take to be a hero in your life. Now, I'm his sister, Patricia Fripp, and as a teacher of public speaking, what you will see watching my brother is clear articulation. A way to describe the complex in a way that you might have to think about, but you can digest. His modeling of what to do when somebody asks a question on how to wait and think your response is a lesson that corporate Americans could learn. Why don't you invest in Fripp and Fripp? How to go from beginner to mastery and how to be a hero for more than one day. The audience will tell you what they thought of the experience, in case you need more than a proud sister to sway you to fill in your credit card information. After all, I am the one in charge of merchandising.
Anyone that's looking to kind of maybe define ways to move ahead in their own life, I think this would be of great benefit for them.
Very emotional. I feel so enlightened. I feel very much enlightened. I feel conformed, and I'm going to take these things home with me and start applying them.
Obviously, there's a very close bond there, and I think it works very well. I think she's sort of acts as a glue and a bit of a structure, I guess, to the form, and I think the interplay works really well.
It's really a wonderful atmosphere and a feeling of family seeing Robert working with his sister, Patricia.
Oh, they're great. It's like the yin and yang. You know, Patricia is so fiery, and Robert is definitely fiery, but he holds it. And I think that's one of the beauty of him, where that it's all there, accessible, and it comes out when it wants to. Where with Patricia, she's out there. She presents herself fully, and it's a beautiful thing to see a family relationship in a balanced sort of way like that.
Well, it was an honor and a privilege that Robert and Patricia Fripp created a space where we were allowed to share amongst each other, to be present with each other, and where personal growth as well as growth in consciousness took place. And it was a wonderful experience.
It relates to everybody's career. Whatever you work in, it's going to be the same story. Practice to get where you want to be. You know, how far do you want to become? A master or professional? Shows you where you are in your life and what you need to do to take the next step to go to the next level.
It's a lot of life lessons that if you follow them, you will be successful. And it also is very affirming for those people that what I call on the cusp, people that are they're creative people or might think they're creative people, yet they're not really sure how to attack it or how to get from point A to point B. You come to one of these seminars, you'll be attacking it. It will affirm you as a creative person and also help you to get from point A to point B.
Fripp and Fripp for me today was more than I expected. In fact, it was unusual. I didn't know that I was going to be presented with the depth, the structure, the discipline that Robert was able to just expand upon. And a lot of the belief systems that I have had, he plugged right into and gave it the words, gave it the action, and what to do about them that I needed at this time. So I think that would be great for so many people.
It's so cool to watch this brother and sister act, which I guess they've done this a few times now, but they're such different people. He's the ultimate introvert, and if there's somebody more extroverted than Patricia, I don't think I've met him yet. So they have this love and reaction to each other that clearly comes through. And Patricia knows when she's got the goods. You just ask the question and get out of the way, because Robert can hold forth for as long as he wants to, and he usually tries to stay on topic.
I've always been a fan of Robert Fripp and King Crimson, and I'm here to say that it was always mysterious. I never really knew. I knew the music. I knew there was something going on, but after this afternoon, now I know why I love Robert Fripp, because he's inspirational, and it came through his music, and now I've heard it through his words, which for me is unbelievable. It's been an unbelievable afternoon, and words can't express it other than to say, wow, thank you, Robert.
Having been siblings for so long, I think it's almost on a level of ESP that their connection is really remarkable in that historically Robert is able to articulate the steps he took in his professional career, and Patricia is able to integrate that within any mode of a professional environment, as a speaker, as a business owner, in any way that it could be utilized to further one's goal.
My experience here with Fripp and Fripp was very inspirational. It was very insightful, and I was moved by the sharing of a lot of personal experience, and was motivated in a very profound way to internalize this and engage myself in my life in a very new way, actually. And I appreciate what Robert shared. It was very, very, very inspirational, him and his sister, and I'm very glad to have had the opportunity to hear both of them.
I had seen several of the video clips, some of the tapes I'd listened to of Patricia, and I came here because I was inspired by her voice, her ideas and comments in those tapes that I'd heard, and I had not seen Robert speak. And so the dynamic of them working together, his storytelling, her prompting of those stories and so on, brought also a lot of vivid ideas to life with me as well. So it was the combination of the two. I had experienced the one and not the other, and this was an excellent experience in hearing them both speak together.
Yeah. It's very inspiring for me to see particularly Robert Fripp here. I've been a fan of his music for 38 years, and it's really nice to see him in this sort of venue up close, to hear his intimate thoughts. I actually saw him speak the first time around 1979 or 80. I found his style now, he seems to have really mellowed over the years, and he's has a lot of humor, I guess, and it's very just endearing to see him speak like this informally up close.
The dynamic between Robert and Patricia is to sum it up one word, it's adorable. I have a sister that's we're about the same age apart, same age difference, and I know how close you are with a sibling that close in age, and it's to see her actually kind of put Robert out there as a public speaker. It's wonderful, because he has a lot of knowledge to impart, a lot of wisdom to impart, and she just has a way of eking it out of him, and it's wonderful to see her, how she keeps him kind of like on track. It's really wonderful to see them interact together.
This was so great. I've seen Patricia speak before and teach me to do public speaking. I'm a professor of communication that teaches public speaking, but we don't teach what the professionals know. And so I came to this not being sure what to expect, but thinking that the average rock musician, scratches his beard and stands around, and so I didn't expect Robert Fripp to be so articulate. He was amazing, well-read, well-educated, articulate. He mixed in the stories about rock musicians and the people he's crossed paths with medieval history, and his knowledge is so wide, and he can pull in examples from the Bible and from medieval history and tie it to his work and the practices he uses to achieve excellence. So it was a motivational speech, even though he wouldn't claim to be a motivational speaker. It was fantastic.
I was really pleased to see Robert Fripp working with his sister and seeing how she can coach. And even as eloquent as a speaker as he is, she even brought more dynamics out of what he had to share. I truly, instead of just being informed or even conformed, I feel like I've been transformed from the things that were revealed to me. And I understand, as a guitar player and a musician myself, a lot of this stuff I've been experiencing has just kind of been in the dark, and I wonder what's the process behind all this success and mediocrity versus full-on discipline. And he really opened up a lot of doors for my understanding, and has affirmed what I'm going through is truly what they have revealed to be part of this industry. Whether it's mechanics or music, you can be successful and be disciplined and allow the greater things to come.